This is the Chateau of Villandry in the Loire Valley, 500 miles away from Provence and another climate entirely. This garden, which looks very old, was in fact only created just over 100 years ago, based on a notion of what the kitchen garden might have been like when the chateau was in its Renaissance heyday in the 16th century. On my way to find the head gardener, I get distracted and bedazzled by the sheer number of celery seedlings.
7, 38, 39, 40. So there are 40 times 4 trays. That's 160 trays, and each tray takes 20. So that's 3,200 plants. How about that?
I find Laurent in the lovely 18th century greenhouse shaped like an upturned boat, potting up peppers.
So how many plants do you raise here for the potager?
Alors pour le potager dans nos serres, nous produisons à peu près 70 000 plants.
70,000.
Et puis nous achetons également à peu près le même nombre de plants ou de fleurs.
Of the 140,000 plants, how much is eaten? How much is grown to be eaten?
Alors nous avons un potager décoratif qui n'est pas basé sur l'alimentaire. Donc nous présentons des légumes pour faire un paysage, de la mosaïculture. Donc nous ne pouvons pas cueillir les légumes pour faire des trous dans les massifs, mais par contre nous récoltons, nous pouvons cueillir les poivrons, les aubergines pour donner aux visiteurs et également donner aux gens qui travaillent pour le château.
The produce from this potager is not destined for potage or any other kind of meal. Everything here is for show. In fact, Laurent told me that the vast majority of the vegetables end up on the compost heap, including no less than 30,000 lettuces every year. It's been suggested that in the 16th century it was intended as a display of the exotic plants newly arrived from the Americas, a kind of edible cabinet of curiosities to be proudly displayed to visitors, which is exactly what it is today.
Of course, Villandry has always been popular and very well known, but it became especially popular in Britain in the 1980s, I think, because up until then, the model for all aspiring vegetable growers and social climbers was the Victorian walled garden. And inside that walled garden, you had your vegetables in long rows. And then in the 1980s, Rosemary Veary made the potager really popular, and that word entered into gardening fashionable talk. How's your potager, they would say, in Hackney and Islington. And the difference was that you chose your vegetables and you laid them out for decorative purposes. You still ate them and you still wanted to grow them well, but decoration and little box hedges became part of the scene. And of course, the model of all that, the big daddy of all potagers, was here, at Villandry.
The potager is only part of a much bigger and wonderful garden at Villandry, but its ornamental rigour sets the tone for the whole place.
This is the herb garden, and even plants like horseradish has had its leaves trimmed off so they're all uniform size and length. And lovage, which in my garden is a great explosion of a plant, reaching 6 foot tall and bursting out all over the place, is marshalled into a sort of tight, orderly battalion. Now, there's no question, to my mind, that Villandry is one of the great gardens of the world. And if you're in France and you have any interest in gardens, come here. But I find the potager disappointing. It leaves me unsettled. And I think that's because function and form have grown too far apart. Where vegetables are not grown to eat at all, something really essential is lost. There's no sense of becoming, of growing, of evolving, and then of course the pleasure and excitement of harvest. And if it's all just grown to be a static picture, it's just not enough. And of course you realise it needn't be vegetables. It could be coloured glass or waxworks and have exactly the same effect.
Nevertheless, with its box-hedged beds containing uniform ranks of ornamental vegetables, there are 1,000 gardens around the world, including my own, that owe a direct debt to Villandry.